Hello, dear students. How are you? I think all of you are fine. That's why you are joining with me in this class. Today, our topic is consignment account. So, we can start our class by sharing a slide presentation. Consignment account. Okay, let's go to introduce with consignment account. Consignment account is an arrangement in which goods are left in the possession of an authorized third party to sell. Typically, the consignor receives a percentage of the revenue from the sale. That is sometimes a very large percentage in the form of commission. Consignment occurs when goods are sent by their owner. The owner is known as the consignor to an agent, and here the agent is known as the consignee, who undertakes to sell the goods. The consignor continues to own the goods until they are sold, so the goods appear as inventory in the accounting records of the consignor, not the consignee. That means a consignment is the dispatch of goods by a principal, that means consignor, to his agent, which is known as, or that is known as, or that person is known as consignee, either within the same country or abroad, to be sold by the latter on behalf and at the risk of the former in consideration of commission. The principal who is sending the goods is called the consignor, and the agent to whom the goods are sent is called the consignee. That means the consignment business is similar to dealership business, or it is as like as dealership business. Now we are discussing about consignment account and consignment accounting. What is consignment accounting? Consignment account is a term used to refer to an arrangement whereby goods are sent by their owner, that is consignor, to an agent, that is consigning, who holds and sells the goods on behalf of the owner for a commission. It is important to understand that the agent never owns the goods. Now we are talking about consignment account. Consignment account is prepared to ascertain the profit earned or loss incurred by the consignor on a specific consignment. Consignment account. Consignment account is prepared to ascertain the profit earned or loss incurred by the consignor on a specific consignment. This account can be viewed as a combined trading and profit and loss account, prepared specifically for consignment business. Now we are going to know about objectives of consignment. Why consignment business is necessary, or which purpose consignment business is conducted. There are some objectives to start a consignment business. First one is to make large consignment and increase sales volume by attracting consumers. That means to attract the consumers and increase the sales volume, consignment business is also conducted by the company. Second one, to launch a new product and create and capture the market for the sale. If a company want to launch new product, then they choose the consignment business to fulfill their need or to fulfill their profit earning objective. Third one, earning higher revenue from a different geographical area for the same product. Fourth one, to grow and expand the business. If a company or if an organization want to enhance its operation area, then it takes consignment business as his weapon or for his weapon. Our next topic is the major differences between consignment and sale. Dear students, we know that consignment and sale, both of them are not same. There are some differences. There are not some dissimilarities between consignment and sale. First one, when goods are forwarded by the owner to his agent, conclude the sale. It is known as consignment. In case of sale, the property or ownership in the goods passes immediately to the buyer. But in case of consignment, the property in the goods does not pass the consignee, but remain with the consignor. The parties to a consignment are consignor and consignee, but in case of sales, the parties involved in sales and buying, these two parties are known as seller and buyer. The relationship amidst between of consignment are of principal and agent. We know that in case of consignment business, there must have two parties. One is principal and another is agent. The principal is known as consignor and the agent is known as consignee. But in case of sales, the supplier is known as seller and the receiver of goods is known as buyer. In consignment, only the possession of goods transfer not the ownership. Yes, students, we also inform that the possession of goods, that means the ownership of goods, it's not transferred to the consignee. The ownership is remain with the principal, that is the consignor. But in case of sales, the ownership of the goods must be transferred to the buyer. A consignee can return the goods if they cannot be sold. But in case of sale, the buyer cannot return the goods except for some special reasons, such as damage or wrong quality of goods. Definition of important terms used in consignment account. Some terms are used in consignment account. These are commission, calculator commission, advance against sales, consignment account, pro forma invoice, accounts. So, first important term is commission. Consignment business is conducted in return of commission. The term commission, as used in connection with consignment, denotes the remuneration of the consignee for selling the goods of the consignor. This commission is generally calculated at a rate percentage on the gross profit of the sale. That is, the relationship between consignor and consignee is built up by transferring the goods from the consignor to the consignee. The consignor gives certain percentage of commission to the consignee as sales commission. Del Credor commission. Del Credor commission. Del Credor commission is that type of commission which arise when the consignor is in suspicion that there may be some unrealized amount, that is bad debt. The Delcader commission is an extra commission allowed to the consignee on his guaranteeing the realization of the debts in full in connection with the credit sale of goods on consignment. Goods may be sold by the consignee either for cash or on credit. When they are sold on credit, the consignee may guarantee that they will be duly paid for and that he will be liable to indemnify the consignor for all bad debts. That means, in case of Delcader commission, the consignee, the consignee uh, promised, the consignee promised the consignor if there is any unrealizable amount that he will obviously collect from the debtor. In such cases, the consignor pays the consignee an extra commission for this guarantee or for this promise. And this extra commission is called Del Credor commission. Basically, Del Credor commission is double than general commission. Advance against consignment. Sometimes the consignor receive advance payments from the consignee. Usually, the consignee is asked to accept a bill of exchange to cover part of the value of goods. This is a guarantee by the consignee that when sales are effected, he will make the necessary payment. Of course, instead of a bill of exchange, the agent may remit a sum of money to the principal as an advance. This advance or the amount of the bill of exchange will be adjusted when goods are sold. And that means before selling the whole product or whole goods, sometimes the consignee pay to the pay to the consignor in advance. Now we are talking about debit and credit items or entries in consignment account. The entries which are credited in the consignment account are the usual items that appear on the credit side of consignment accounts are listed below. These are gross sale proceeds. Gross sale proceeds. That means the net sales amount, closing stock of goods, if any, closing stock of goods, if any. If the is consignee is not capable to sell the whole product, then closing stock may arise. And this uh, closing stock of goods, if consignee wants, can return to the consignor. Then abnormal loss of goods, it is also shown in the credit side of the consignment account. Then stock in transit, if any. If goods remain in transit or goods remain in transport, then the goods remain in transport is known as stock in transit. These items also be credited in the consignment account. The balance of consignment account represent a profit or loss on the consignment and is transferred to profit and loss on consignment account. The consignment account is thus closed. The profit and loss on consignment account is also nominal account. If there are more than one consignment, the balances of all consignment accounts are transferred to this account. The profit and loss on consignment account is closed at the end of the year by transferring its balance to the general profit and loss account. That means the profit arises from consignment account must be transferred to the general profit and loss account at the end of the year. Now we are going to debit item or debit entries which are debited in the consignment account. These items are opening stock of goods. Opening stock of goods are debited in the consignment account. Total cost of goods sent on consignment also shown in debit side of the consignment account. All the expenses incurred by the consignor such as loading, freight, insurance, etc. All the expenses paid by the consignee such as unloading, freight, godown rent, warehousing and storage, marketing expenses, packaging and selling expenses, etc. Bad debt regarding consignment sales. Consignees ordinary and derogator commission at agreed rate on sales proceed. All of these items or these entries are debited in the consignment account. Okay, dear, our all slides are completed. Beloved students, I hope all of you enjoyed this class, and I'm giving thanks all of you to stay with me with patience. Okay, dear students, we will meet in another class. Till then, Allah Hafiz and see you again.